Good evening, class. This week we learned about data types that exist within three categories: primitive, collections, and objects. A primitive data type is one that you may also think of as an absolute. Either it is or is not. For instance, the date and time are considered primitive data types. Either it is September 19th at 6 p.m. or it is not. Most common business coding practices also prefer not to utilize primitive data types, and they must be contained inside of another item. These items are referred to as collections. When I compile a collection of data and put it within a container, such as a list, array, or vector, we have successfully created a collection. Within a collection, we are able to categorically or logically locate these items following the concepts of FIFO or FILO, where FIFO is the first in, first out, and FILO is first in, last out. These differing concepts have their own variations of use, but typically the FIFO concept is derived from the first come, first serve mentality, whereas the FILO concept is more directly related to creating a pile of work to be accomplished, where the last task is the first thing that must be completed. Now, when we have many collections of data, especially in the business world, we can have a larger than expected collection, which results in a very complex way of handling this mass of data. Some examples of collections would be information regarding consumers, suppliers, and delivery times. Hardware operates in a very compartmentalized fashion, where it would prefer to operate on the information relevant to the task rather than parsing or running through all datasets all the time. To accomplish this, we, as programmers, prefer to use objects that contain the containers of collections that contain the primitive data types. Although this seems like a lot of bearing and unbearing, it is actually quite efficient in a large scale of things. When we create an object composed of collections such as consumers, suppliers, and delivery times, we are able to compartmentalize all necessary primitive data types to work through scenarios such as supply and demand with an intermingled estimation of ordering timelines. Beyond the object, we would have subcomponents that would call or instantiate our objects based on their compartmentalized use. This allows for programs to make decisions based on scenarios that can adapt to a wide array of possibilities and outcomes.